What are some girl secrets guys don't know about? Drunk girls in the bathroom are the nicest girls in the world. Single dad with a daughter, this thread feels so important and also mind-numbingly terrifying. Expected girl secrets, got mostly girl secrets posts instead. For fuck's sake, if I say I'm about to come, that does not mean change one single thing about what you're doing. Don't go faster, or slower, or God forbid change the position. Just stay exactly as you are. Please. I don't care how terrible it looks. If you make me a card or gift instead of buying one, I will adore it forever. I'm super late to this party, but I lift my boobs up so I feel like I can breathe without the weight of them. Have no idea if anyone else does this TBH. It's a great feeling. Every so often, something itches. Is it a yeast infection? Is it a bacterial infection? Is your pubic hair growing back in? Is it dryness? Is it irritation? Did something get stuck in your underwear? The answer is that 99% of the time everything is fine, but you're still gonna worry and squirm uncomfortably trying to get it to stop. And also yeast infections in general, much more common than one would think, and absolutely goddamn ruthless. Some of us get extremely horny during the period, or little before that. Not the best timing, and not so many men dig it. Half the time I'm readjusting my bra, I'm actually trying to scratch my nipple. Edit. 7.8k upvotes? Thanks guys. Sometimes we stand up and things just gush out of us. We always think it's our period. In pants, hard bulge pic is better than actual pic of your dick. When you hold your breasts when you walk up the stairs so they don't jiggle because that's uncomfortable. Periods suck overall, but they are very different depending on the girl. Some women get emotional. Some are completely normal. Some periods last for 8 days. Some last for 3 days. Some girls are in extreme pain. Some just have mild discomfort. Some flows are very heavy. Some are very light. AKA, I'm on my period, can mean anything from sorry, I'm completely incapacitated, or I'm just feeling a little worse than usual. Underboob sweat is a thing. How slowly we have to pull out a dry tampon in order not to rip our vagina tissue out. After you go to the toilet, and you have discharge in your knickers, pulling your knickers back up again is the most horrific feeling. It gets cold very quick whilst you pee. Cold, wet and slimy discharge knickers suck. Imagine that all day long. This is why I just check my knickers every time I sit on the toilet and wipe them. And unlike another comment mentioned, I do not wear liners on the daily because it's a faff and pretty wasteful. We get so turned on that our clit actually hurts sometimes. I don't get the clit ache, I get full-blown really painful pressure in my labia minora and vagina. Like a really awful heavy pressure that needs to be filled to stop the pressure. Some of us have to shave our toes. And nipples. I pluck those. When girls are particular about their hair products, it's not us being overly superficial or picky. When your hair is long, the right shampoo/conditioner/drying routine can be the difference between soft waves and a dry, ratty mess. My boyfriend doesn't understand why I can't just use his shampoo/conditioner 2 in 1. His hair is soft using it, so mine would be 2 in his eyes. What he doesn't realize is all of his hair is an inch or 2 away from his scalp, and mine isn't. The ends would be so dry. We are almost always at least a little wet. It's not that you're hot, our bodies just need to be to function. Like a dog's nose? When we say don't stop during sex, it means don't stop doing what you are doing, don't go harder, don't go faster. Just don't stop doing it exactly as you are right now. It seems that when this is said, the guy speeds up or starts fucking up the rhythm. I get some guys get excited and go faster/harder, but for me it feels more like when you're halfway through a Guitar Hero solo on Expert and your friend says, "Oh shit, don't stop," but then of course your hand starts to cramp up and you lose your rhythm and then you start to fuck up. Reminds me of when my wife and I had the "when did you know you love me" type talk. She said it was because I maintained the same rhythm when she would say, "just like that." She was a one and done type with orgasms. After she had hers, she would give me the green light to do what I want. It was kind of odd in a way, but we had a great sex life. The past tense may make some curious. She died of a heart attack a few years back. Edit. Thank you for the gold and blessings. Okay, but as a guy, when I hear "don't stop," it's a bit of a mindfuck because then I'm suddenly extremely conscious/aware of what it is I'm doing. In other words, I realize just how important it is to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's the problem. Suddenly, I'm thinking and concentrating very hard on what it is I was doing, and it's super easy to overthink it. It's like, have you ever been walking, and then suddenly become acutely aware of the mechanics of walking, and then it feels like walking is suddenly 100% harder and more awkward? That's me and my head when I hear, "Don't stop." Edit. Thanks to the ladies who have chimed in with their thoughts and experiences. I know this isn't a uniquely male problem, but it's still great to get your perspective. Some girls like squeezing their boobs. As a guy, I also like squeezing my boobs. I remember asking my friend if I was weird for doing this, and she was like, "We all do it, we just don't talk about it." Be proud of your girls. So yeah, we do this. You can't blame us, they're squishy and fun. Someone already mentioned dick size, but I'm gonna go ahead and add some more. Longer is not better, we're only about 4-inch deep, so wishing you had a huge 12 cock to shove inside of her won't be pleasurable, it'll be very painful. You'll be ramming her in the cervix, and that doesn't tickle. Girth is more desirable, and if you don't have a lot going for you in the pants, plenty can still be done with the tongue and fingers. For a lot of women, penetration isn't the climax. Also, if she's wet, and I mean like fucking Niagara Falls, it's basically dripping down her legs, you could probably get a baseball bat in there with that much lubrication. It's possible she won't feel you at first until you fuck a little out of her, so that is it in. Isn't always BC, you're just small. The liquid barrier is real. Edit. RIP inbox. I've been trying to keep up with everyone, so my apologies if I didn't get to you. I don't want anyone to feel insecure. My point was just that the porn videos and shit are crazy inaccurate. Most of you are far too hard on yourselves, and your dick is fine the way it is. There's tons of great advice in my line of comments from other men and women, and you shouldn't put so much pressure on what's between your legs. Second edit. Thanks for the silver. Third edit. I grossly overestimated the depth of the vagina. Turns out it's only like 4-inch. Thanks for the corrections. I fixed it in my original post. I've been with 2 porn star length/girth guys, and I didn't end up having satisfying sex with either. When you whip it out and it's the size of my forearm, I'm just gonna be intimidated. We have so many hair-related issues. Plucking dark random nipple hairs, trying to line up when we shave our areas to when we hook up to avoid guys from seeing razor burn or ingrown hairs. Before getting out of the shower we have to pick out hair from our but crack that fell out from washing our hair, pubes growing and sticking out of our undies, pubes getting stuck in pads or liners. Hell hath no fury like a woman who shaved and didn't get laid. Some women have larger labias, and sometimes they get stuck in our underwear. It's very painful and extremely uncomfortable. And then we have to either walk funny to try to get them unstuck or walk very, very carefully to somewhere where we can just stick a hand down our pants to get things sorted. And don't get me started about getting stuck in lace underwear. I've got long labia minora and they're a pain. Like, I've considered surgery, pain in the ass. I have to squish them around just to be comfortable on a daily basis after every trip to the bathroom, and the amount of times they've gotten in the way mid-sex and almost ripped off because there was a sudden dry patch. Ugh. Some women get blood clots in our periods, and it feels like you're giving birth, so a jellyfish. OMG, don't sneeze or the world's largest jellyfish will shoot out. Sometimes we have to take the extra long stride too, because period blood and discharge can make things sticky down there. At least in my experience, not a single girl I've ever interacted with has been turned on by an unsolicited dick pic. We need to pee right after sex to reduce the risk of getting a UTI. Also, if on birth control and pulling out isn't necessary, we need to go empty out the goo you just gifted us. Please don't try to throw your arm around me and fall asleep. I don't want to sleep in the sex juice that will be leaking out of me momentarily. Let me go take care of that real quick while I pee. Some guys don't understand how different many girls look without makeup. A more or less common response to some female friends is, "Are you sick, or did you not bother to just put on any makeup?" Usually it's both or the latter. Being on your period is the worst. Try being super horny but not being able to wank because everything is just one big slimy mess down there. Edit. Okie dokie, wow, this blew up. For all my horny, sad, frustrated children out there trying listening to Hamilton, Heathers, or Deech. Let the blood works run, baby. Periods don't stop nothing, but a sentence. I would say this only applies to women who are slightly bigger, but this was an issue for me even when I was very slim. Thigh rubbage is horrible when you wear a dress or skirt, particular in summer. It was also bad for me if I was wearing stockings and they would ride down a bit below my vag, essentially forcing the top of my thighs to rub together in inglorious harmony. It hurts. I need jeans designers to reinforce the goddamn inner thigh bit. It's always the first to give up, and then I'm spending money on new jeans. Again. My nipples can be like two clitorises on my chest. Rubbing them very gently, licking, being kind equals I get super wet and aroused. Usually when I masturbate I stimulate a nipple at the same time. I don't know why dudes don't try this more when I ask. Most go at my chest like they want to smush my boobs like dough or suck a nipple like they're angry and trying to lengthen it. What I think they don't get is there's so much versatility in the body. I like rough play too, but tender play is a whole other lovely world. Lucky you. I feel nothing, and can't help but feel jealous of those lucky ladies that have this additional pleasure point. I feel like I miss out. Sometimes a hug will do 1,000,000 times more good than trying to get me to explain why I'm upset, largely because I'm probably overwhelmed with my feelings and need to process them before I can explain them. The fastest way to process and get them out? A hug to feel loved. Girls, what other secrets do you have to share? Write in the comments. Also, do you want part 2? Subscribe. Bye.